This is Stephanie.
And this is Joseph.
And welcome.
Yep. I always say yep. So this is our midweek podcast. And I think we'll just talk about kind of whatever's top of our head. What RVing in general.
Yeah.
Because right now we're at Tropical Palms for the second time on this trip. My dog thinks I'm talking to it right now. Loki's coming to greet us, but
he just wants pets.
Yeah. But we thought we'd just talk about things that we've experienced at a campground and maybe some RV etiquette and things like that.
Yeah, some stuff that's like, what is that person doing?
Yes.
You get a lot of that.
Yeah. And I mean, a few things come to our mind recently since we've just been back is we got one of the best sites we've ever had at Tropical Palms. It's on the end, water electric only, but it's got a huge yard. It's at the end of the stretch, and which we're really excited about getting the spot.
Yeah, because we've always been like, we've got to remember that number because that's the one. Like we want that one, and we finally got it. The issue is it's just super hot.
Yes, it's definitely hot. It's been pushing 100 or over 100 heat index. So it's been warm. So we haven't spent a lot of time outside besides going to the parks in the evening. But one of the first things that we saw is since we have such a big lot, is I think people just think it's common use area.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, we had a toddler just wander past her side, pick up a soccer ball we had in front of her.
Yeah, just like one of our toy soccer balls. It was like just playing with it.
Yeah, the mom kind of pushed him along, but it wasn't really a big urgent. Like you're in somebody else's sight.
And like his little, he had like a little four-wheeler that you like push along with your legs, right? Is that what it was?
Uh-huh.
And it was just in like our little area. I mean, it was close to our vehicles, so it's like it's not like, oh, it's far away from our camper. This is at their site. It was in our site. That's what I would consider our site.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just mind-boggling. It's like, what is she doing?
And we've experienced that at Fort Wilderness as well. People just think that you don't own the property, but if you set up at a campsite wherever you're at and you're given a lot, to me that lot is yours. It's not for other people to walk through or be around or be in.
Yeah.
Like I said, we get that at Fort Wilderness. People.
I think a lot of Fort Wilderness it's not seasoned campers that go to Fort Wilderness. It's people who want to go to Disney. And they hear Fort Wilderness is fun, so they will rent a camper and stay at Fort Wilderness, and they're not campers.
Yeah, at Fort Wilderness, it's probably, I don't know, it's 50%. It's about, but rentals of campers from local vendors is really high there. So yeah, it's people that doesn't know what they're doing, don't know the etiquette, and there's probably a small, or at least a portion of it's just entitled people. So
yeah.
Whatever they want to do, they're going to do. Whether you're on a golf cart, you think you have the right of way no matter what, it's just what you experience.
And at Fort Wilderness, that you kind of get used to the golf carts think that they have the right of way no matter what. It's a four-way stop, no matter they might have got their third after 3 vehicles or 2 vehicles, they'll still go because some of them won't even stop, they just go.
Yeah. So there's quite a few annoyances camping. One thing, and there's always exceptions to the rule. Like yesterday, a neighbor lost her cat. They knocked on her door, not like aggressive, but knocked and said, "Hey, our cat went under your Jeep." So I stood out there while they went under the Jeep and got the cat out. But things happen. But
but at least they came to the door and said something instead of just be like all underneath our Jeep, because that would have been.
Yeah. They definitely did it right that way. So.
I'm sure someone probably has done that before.
Yeah, because with a camper, our Jeep was there, so you assume we were there. But a lot of times you don't know if somebody's at home or not. So
yeah.
All right. Anything else?
So walking through sites that's a big one. That's a big one that no matter what, it just even like when we first started camping, and we was tent camping and non-electric. And we had front property to the lake and to a lake, and there would people who would walk through our campsite not around close to our campsite. Like they would walk in between our picnic table and our tent because we had a tent set up to get to the lake. Like just walk through it. And it's like we had a dog that, Prim, and she's not the friendliest. So, I mean, it was kind of like you don't know what you're walking into when you walk across a campsite.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. And even in the past when we camped, another story I was thinking, well, it wasn't really their fault. Their dog, I mean, you see, like we said, we see everything, like a dog dragging a smaller person, like, down the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were trying to get to our dogs were there. So, I mean, one thing you're going to see at RV or campgrounds in general is there's dogs everywhere. And, you just have to control your animals, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and talking about dogs being everywhere. One thing that kind of aggravates me, and it has to do, like, people just using kind of like our little front yard as their dog's relief area, is like there's places that they have in most campgrounds that you could take your dog, nobody's around, like you're not close to a campsite to go poop or pee. All right, well, I mean, people do it like right beside other people's like campground, like camping spot. And I mean, it's like, you go across the road, there's nobody there, but they'll do it just right beside someone else's. And the worst is when they just leave it.
Yeah. And we haven't experienced that a lot. You'll see that every once in a while. I'm trying to think of a campground we've been to where that was an issue. But Fort Wilderness, they're pretty good about cleaning it up. Of course, they have people all around to clean up as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a few of the new, annoyances and things you have to deal with. But yeah, it's super hot here. We're here at Tropical Palms for another week before we head to see family for 4th of July. Minus Andrew again. He's back working.
Yeah,
Back in Tennessee, taking care of the house. But yeah, anything else? Like we're just kind of spitballing here.
Okay, yeah, so and this is just like off, it's about RVing and camping and what you experience. And we've been doing this a little bit, and we're still learning how to back up our rig because, I mean, it's new to us. So there's always a learning curve when you're doing things like that. We've done pretty good with this one. We would always get like compliments in the past saying, if that was me and my husband, we'd be screaming at each other.
Yeah, we got really good with that fifth wheel. Like,
yeah,
I never really felt like 100% comfortable with the travel trailer backing it up, but the fifth wheel is like, unless it's really difficult at Fort Wilderness, I mean, I didn't really stress about it. Used to, when we first started RVing in 2022, like, I was fine driving down the road, and my anxiety kicked in when we got close to our destination. It's like, I'm gonna have to back this thing out. And the thing with the Coleman was we had to take those stabilizer bars off, and it was such a big ordeal to back in.
It was, yeah. So we always try to keep calm, and I mean, there would be times to where we would get mad at each other, but we wouldn't be like screaming at each other. We'd just be mad and get snippy, I guess you would say.
I don't even know mad. That's such an extreme.
Well, yeah, not really mad, but kind of like agitated, and usually right after when the stress is gone, we're fine.
Yeah.
But it was like
almost always.
Almost, yeah. But right now we're still learning, so there's a learning curve with that, and you see other people backing in, and it was the craziest thing I've ever. You see people, I guess they have cameras on the back of their camper.
Some of them do, yeah.
And then they'll just back in with no problem, and kudos to them. It always makes me nervous because I'm like, you can't see everything. Like, sure, you can see like maybe what's right behind you, but still there could be hidden, lamppost or a rock or something. There was one time we was at Fort Wilderness, and it was a rental company, and they usually just back in by themselves because they're by themselves, and they hit the water spigot. Like, they hit it, and water was going everywhere. I guess they only hit it enough to turn it on, but still, they still hit it. And they just continued backing it in like they didn't just hit it.
Is that the same one where they were pushing the picnic table?
That was a different one.
Okay. Yeah.
But, I mean, it was just like, and I think it bent the spigot a little bit, and it made like a dent in their camper. But I mean, it's like they just kept on doing it, like, turned the spigot off and set up and left.
Yeah.
Like it was no big deal. And I'm like, okay.
I wonder if that rental company's still allowed at Disney.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There used to be a ton of rental companies that was allowed to rent campers, and they whittled it down to 4 or 5 now. So
yeah, there was once was going around a loop, and someone was backing in, and they was just pushing the picnic table out of the way, like not them pushing it. The camper, the tail end of the camper was pushing it.
That was also a rental company there on that one. And then even this past weekend at the fort, we got to experience these 2 big fifth wheels across from us trying to back into the site, and they were struggling. I mean, we were in a larger loop with like bigger sites, so I mean there was some challenges, but just the way they approached getting into their site, you could tell they weren't very experienced.
Yeah, the first one, it was like his
father
and son. And the first thing that the son did was like throw up his arms, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's a good way to start.
And the dad got out and like looked, and then you see like he was kind of frustrated and got back in, and they got in, and then shortly after, their neighbor, which I don't think they were related, like they weren't, they knew each other. It was just another big fifth wheel parked right next to it, and I don't know, like every time he adjusted, he made it worse. It seemed like he got further over. I ended up going out there and it's like, you want me to move the Jeep? He said, yeah, you may have to, but he never did. Well, he did eventually, but he was still just trying to get into the side. I was like, well, I can't move the Jeep until you move further up. So I waited for him to do that. I moved the Jeep, and he the ground was soft, and because it just rained, or it rained pretty much all day, and he like really rutted up the area.
There was mud everywhere, and then when he finally got into the site, it was like totally, like he was way on the other side off the camping pad, so he was having to make these adjustments, and it was just in the way they, and I don't even know if she was out there trying to direct them, but it
oh yeah, she's just waving her arms. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You gotta keep coming. It's like, well, that doesn't help me, especially if your truck is like you're trying to tail in and you're about to hit a garbage can. It's like, well, I can't. And you usually tell me it's like, turn when you can, because you know that I'm dealing with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and I can't see what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So, and when we had the fifth wheel, like Andrew was a big help, because we could put him like on one side to watch like the tree or whatever, and like, and he's really good at being able to tell you like just distances, like, oh, you got a foot. I'm terrible at that.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, with our current rig, it really just requires the 2 of us most of the time, because where the cab is, where I'm driving, I'm pretty much over that front wheel, so I can pretty much see what I'm going to hit. It was just mainly the back end, and I don't know, like I still think in my mind, I'm used to, if I turn the wheel right, the tail end of the trailer goes left, and well, maybe it's vice versa when you're going backwards, but it's opposite in a Class A, because it goes just like a car. Your tail end will go the direction that you expect it to in reverse. So that's still, I think in my head, I get kind of cluttered.
Because like me telling you to back up which way you need to go, in the camper or the fifth wheel, I would be like driver's side, passenger side. There's no left or right. It's just you need to go driver's side or passenger side.
But you mean the tail needs to go that direction,
yes,
and not me up front. So that's
and like and you knew in the fifth wheel what that meant. Like you knew which way you needed to turn to do that. And this one, it seems like you always go opposite. So I guess it is because
I'm used to
the other one, and it's so that's just one of the things that we have to get used to.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. So, but we've enjoyed our Class A, older one, so it's got little issues, but it's a lot bigger area to live in. And,
plenty of seating.
Yeah, seating and a washer dryer, and we're enjoying it. So we'll venture out of our comfort zone and drive up to West Tennessee, see how we can do parking that in my parents' yard, and then we're gonna go up to St. Louis. So that'd be a few more, different campgrounds, and then I'm sure we'll be back to Florida to try different ones in this area. We've been at Florida for
about a month.
almost a month. Yeah, because we left like right at the end of the month or first of the June or something.
Yeah.
And we haven't been to the beach, but at this point, I'm thinking we'll probably just save it for when we get back in July and be close to the beach, so we don't have to
Instead
drive.
of have to drive that
an
far.
hour. Yeah. All right. Anything else you can think of?
No, there was something. Oh, the setup on the Class A, like inside and out, is a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to and I don't know. After riding in the Class A down the road, I know kind of what I need to move to brace. Like I don't even move the coffee pot from the counter because I know it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless something major happens, and then I mean a lot of stuff is gonna fall out.
Yeah, just those right turns, things will go left to right. Like there'll be a basket on the table, or there'll be toiletries in the bathroom. They'll move.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty. Everything stays pretty stable. And unlike the fifth wheel, where you're buttoning everything up and then you hop in the cab of your truck, you don't know what's going on. You're pretty much living it going down the road.
Yeah.
In the Class A, for better or worse. But really, the only issues is we have to deal with getting the blinds situated where they're not rattling. And, but yeah.
Yeah, that's and I can open them and tug I don't even know the little thing that opens and shuts them. I can the little twirly thing and tug that in, and they stay pretty quiet. But the issue is like when the sun's on it, it gets warm. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way to keep them still while going down the road.
Yeah.
So that at least that would be like it's nice looking out while you're driving, but just so that heat's not coming in.
Yeah, right now we're having to drive down the road with the generator and having AC going on. It'd be nice in the cooler months just be able to not have to rely on use that.
Yeah.
Spend the extra diesel, running the generator and the rig. So
because it gets with this temperature that we've had.
Yeah, you have to. There's no option unless you're maybe driving in the evening or going through a storm or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's going to be a shorter one. Anything else that pop in your mind?
I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think I mentioned it last time, but again, you can always reach out to us, navigatinghumans.com, or email us. I think it's just right now, it's just joseph@navigatinghumans.com. We book Disney travel, Universal, Royal, Celebrity. So if you're interested in traveling or want some questions or just ask a question or anything, we'd be happy to help. So I guess that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Navigating Humans.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.